Hello, Sarks. Hope all of you are doing good and is in great health. So today I am going to present one of the BTN ideas, which is very much in context with the present day and in need of the business. So let me start this by asking you a question. Like, how often have you realized that you have so many unread emails and SMS that you always see popping up, increasing in number with the red encircled button at the top right corner of all of your apps? So I guess you will be in the same opinion along with me that probably we don't get enough time, or might be we don't use those apps or tabs as social or promotion in the Gmail or other mailboxes, that we are very much reluctant to go and check all those areas, and in turn we are losing very quite a good number of discounts or vouchers, which if we have came to know might be have been help to have a purchase decision for a particular brand in which we are subscribed. So this is my idea where I'm trying to solve the problem of the present day situation where might be the customers are not being targeted in the right channel. So let me start this with the question, like, what is in it for the client to invest in with the idea that I'm proposing? So let me give you a brief data point based statistics, which most of the retail or banking customers came up with. So in the last 2 years, post COVID and during the COVID, the entire industry of communication and the engagement has shifted from traditional SMS or inboxes to more real time, and which we call it as social media channels. So now the data says that the open rate of all those marketing communications or emails that the companies pushes to the particular customer's email or SMSs, their open rate is near 27.8%. So that means a business is losing at least 70% potential business opportunities, and which is currently a big pain problem for all the industries which have to directly communicate to their customers. So now, as you have known that in the past few years, the social media channels engagement has increased quite a lot. People are everywhere. They are interacting with the companies over Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and what else. But the traditional companies or the big companies whom we work with, they are still following their traditional marketing approach. So now most of the companies are trying to explore, and someone has already started with exploring all these kind of digital channels that are available, all kinds of influencer marketing. So coming to this point, like, since if I speak specifically about the marketing aspect of CRM, and if I speak about Salesforce Marketing Cloud, so traditionally we are doing pretty good in all kind of communication like email sends, SMS sends, and all other kind of channels. But what I have seen is, like, there are very few accounts, or probably very rarely to found areas where I can see that the markets or the countries or the companies are very actively using or engaging with the social media channels through Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So my idea is, based on these data points, what I have seen is the open rate of WhatsApp messages is quite high. We are very much happy to check any of the WhatsApp messages compared to the social or promotional tabs of the other mailboxes or our own SMSs. Hardly, if I remember, if I can relate with my own personal experience, it is more like we check the banking transaction SMSs, but not the other brand SMSs. Neither we bother to give any consent through the SMS systems. But I have seen quite a lot of companies nowadays, they are interacting, or like the flight updates and all those tickets you see, you get a real-time WhatsApp updates and notifications. So I find it quite a good opportunity, because WhatsApp can provide the user with a very simple and straightforward approach of interacting with the brand. So there is a huge possibility when it comes around, like, generating the services. Like, let's say if a customer needs to raise a ticket, or they need to follow up on the ticket. So instead of going to a particular website and finding the contact us page and then drilling down to get the email address and then writing an email, waiting for the ticket to be raised, and then it becomes a very lot of frustrating process, because nowadays our patience level has reduced, and as a company or as a brand, we should also understand our consumers, and we should also try to engage with them in a more better and more simple and in a more time efficient approach, in all in one place. I find WhatsApp can bridge this deficiency in the communication and engagement problem over the traditional apps that we have at present. So what my proposal for this solution is, like, we can have a solution of integrating WhatsApp with Marketing Cloud as a individual independent app exchange product or a module, which comes up with all kind of solutions, like, it can be readily integrated with Marketing Cloud by changing the basic configurations. It can directly send marketing newsletters, transactional emails, or transactional messages, like all kind of shipping, order management, delivery, receipts, all these kind of transactional messages, which now the consumers receives in their normal mobile SMS services. So that will be replaced by the WhatsApp messaging services. And also we can send instant discount vouchers, coupons, any kind of new like in stock products, or any kind of new launches, whatever, we can directly communicate with the customer. And the main benefit that is WhatsApp having compared to the other channels is, like, in WhatsApp you can have a real-time interaction. So let me give you a quick example. So let's say you can quickly check the product catalogs, and you can even nowadays browse all the products that a company offers in WhatsApp, and therefore you can also do your updates on the preferences. You can raise support tickets from there, and everything happens through WhatsApp only. So you don't need to leave your WhatsApp and open any other app, even not even the brand's app. So once you have a communication with a specific number from the brand, you can start interacting through the WhatsApp only. You don't even very rarely need to go to the brand specific app. So with this solution, I am trying to cover all these areas of like driving the marketing, increasing the engagement rate, and also all the support aspects like raising the ticket, asking any question, or giving a good feedback like the service that we have after the customer support. So everything, majority of the things can be taken care by WhatsApp. So this is my proposal. And in future, what I see is there is a huge potentiality. Like for the frequently asked questions, we can have chat bots that will be integrated with WhatsApp. So whenever a customer asks a very common question, which are very repetitive in nature, the bots can simply look from the knowledge base and they can reply to that. So it is reducing the flow of the customer. Like earlier, customer need to open the website, there he needs to interact with the bots or the support agent, but here everything is taking place from the WhatsApp itself. So customers find it very simple, business finds it more useful, and also the ability to engage with the consumer becomes a two-way approach, compared to the traditional one-way approach where the companies are only sending the communications to the customer, but the customer had no other option to interact back in the same platform. So without installing or without doing any kind of complex thing, I guess we all have WhatsApp installed. I guess with 2 billion users worldwide, WhatsApp is the most popular way of communication nowadays. So this is how I propose my idea, and I have found it quite useful discussing with the clients that yeah, it increases a lot of value, it makes sense for them when it increases their engagement rate, and they are very keen to look forward to this kind of approach, because in the future is all about digital and social media channels. So next, why investment is required from ECAS practice for this idea. So specifically, since ECAS practice of Infosys is in the forefront of implementing CRM systems and CRM applications across multiple projects, and Marketing Cloud is also one of the major areas where we are having quite a lot of clients, and potentially most of the clients are also trying to leverage the potentiality of WhatsApp in the coming days. So if I find specifically customers for retail and banking or insurances, they might find it quite useful because they have a more engagement rate if they are trying to target the customers through WhatsApp. And this is the way in future all those traditional communication channels will be moved to more advanced things like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook probably. So we should be prepared for this kind of areas where we have a ready-made solution which we can propose to the customers, and this is a kind of reusable asset as well. So that makes sense to have a kind of quick deployment with a little configuration approach, which will be definitely be liked by the customers as well. So I think ECAS practice should think about it, and should do the needful to look how to implement this kind of solution in the upcoming days. It's not about only WhatsApp channel, but yeah, there are other channels as well which we should also consider once this WhatsApp part is set up. What investment is required from ECAS practice to have this kind of idea implemented? So to have it as a cobalt asset or a reusable asset which can be easily deployed across different org or business unit, if I say from marketing cloud perspective, this will definitely need some full-time resource involvement along with specific skill sets to build a custom solution which will be more kind of independent, and that can be working as a managed package which can be sold to the customers, or which we can demo to the customers in the upcoming days. So yeah, more of skill set and resources or people who have prior experience of building this kind of managed packages. Now, what benefit ECAS practice will get by investing in this idea? So ECAS will have a great opportunity in the coming days when it comes to investing in these kind of ideas, because it is more futuristic solution, and this will have impact on the customer when we can showcase that we already have this kind of solution in place. So all the existing projects that we are having, we can expand our area of engagement with the clients by offering this kind of ready-made solutions. And also there is a future scope that we can also enhance this kind of implementations from this stage of WhatsApp as a managed package. So I find it quite useful, and ECAS practice will definitely get quite a good amount of business if we can potentially target and convert many good opportunities. Because as I have seen, there is a huge demand in this kind of solutions, out of the box solution in the market, because everybody is trying to grab their pie of the customer share in the market, and hopefully we can be ready for offering this kind of solution to all of our existing customers and also the new projects or pipeline projects that we have. How I will be benefited by having this kind of solution implemented? So as far as my aspect is concerned, I am always looking for having new avenues or new innovative areas where we can try to have a more better consumer engagement, which brings smile to the consumers and also a sense of satisfaction from my aspect that I have been able to solve a complex, challenging problem which the businesses are facing, and also by increasing the business revenue of the companies whom we work for. And it's a huge learning for me because it's in the forefront of the technological aspect where we are working with this kind of digital channels which are being used by millions of users. So the amount of integrations, the amount of scalability the solution needs, this gives a quite a good learning in that aspect. And it is really great to design such a solution where you have a scalability in terms of millions of users. You are targeting millions of consumers in real time, bringing smiles to their faces, and in turn generating more revenues for the company. So I find it quite an enriching area where I can enlighten my areas of skill sets and also learn how to develop this kind of individual cobalt assets and packages. So for me, it's definitely a very inspiring and a very curious thing to have something new in place, which the people will use, and they will provide us with the feedback. So yeah, and in fact, I'm also a user of this kind of digital media channels, and when I am on the other side of thinking and coming up with this kind of idea and solution, it senses a feel of achievement that yeah, I have done something which till now I have been only on the user side, but now I'm on more into the driving side. This is one of a kind of initiative that Sachin took. So I would like to thank Sachin for such a wonderful, innovative way of presenting this kind of idea. This was also my first attempt, so might be somewhere I might got stuck, or I might have pulled it a bit long. But yeah, I am also enhancing my areas of how to interact in a recorded video sessions. So thank you again. Thanks everyone for your time. Hope to see you and stay in touch. Thank you.